Hello my dear students, I am your gifty teacher. Hope all of you are keeping fine at your home. I believe all of you have done your assignment and submitted your teacher, right? Okay, even if there are some mistakes, doesn't matter. Just rewrite it with the help of your teacher and send to her, okay? Do you know Walt Disney? See the picture? Walt Disney. Yes, the creator of Mickey Mouse, right? Okay. He once said, all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. So, if you have the strong desire to learn English, then be bold. Make an attempt. Believe me, dears, definitely you will succeed. Now, just have a quick go through what we have studied in the last class. ദേ പോയി ദാ വന്നു. എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് നമ്മൾ പഠിച്ചേ? First one, in the section the Cockcroft lecture room. Secondly, about theoretical physics, correct, theoretical physics. Then wheelchair. Fourth one, yes, birth of Stephen Hawking. What's that? Incidents happened when Stephen Hawking was of 8 years, 14 years and that of 17 years. Well done my dear students. In our previous class, we saw a twist was going to happen in the life of Stephen Hawking. I know you all are eagerly waiting to know more about it, right? All right. Then please take your text, page number 20. Read the first 3 paragraphs. Okay? Okay. However, at the end of the 3rd year, Hawking almost floundered. He selected theoretical physics as his specialty. He had then applied to a PhD at Cambridge and was accepted on condition that he got a first from Oxford. Hawking was confident that he could get through successfully. But as the examination day approached, his confidence failed. Hawking ended up disastrously on the borderline between a first and a second. Faced with a borderline result, the examiner summoned Hawking for an interview and questioned him about his plans. In spite of the tenseness of the situation, Hawking managed to come up with the kind of remark for which he was famous among his friends. If I get a first, I shall go to Cambridge. If I receive a second, I will remain at Oxford. So, I expect that you will give me a first. He got his first and he went to Cambridge. His first year at Cambridge was worse than that at Oxford. His slipshod mathematical background caught up with him and he found general relativity extremely tough and the far more disastrous problem arose then. During his 3rd year at Oxford, Hawking started getting clumsy. He had fallen once or twice for no apparent reason. The following autumn at Cambridge, he had trouble tying his shoes and sometimes he had difficulty talking. Now, let me ask you some questions. Ready? Okay, fine. What happened at Oxford during the end of the third year? Yes, he floundered. What do you mean by floundered? Floundered. Yes, floundered means struggled. Which subject did he finally select? Yeah, theoretical physics. Then, what is the meaning of get through? Get through. Yes, get through means to succeeded in an examination. Actually, get through is a phrasal verb too, to succeeded in an examination. Can you say an incident that shows Stephen Hawking as a sharp-witted one? Point by point, okay? First one, Stephen Hawking had applied to a PhD at Cambridge while he was a student at Oxford. That means Oxford പഠിക്കുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ എന്ത് ചെയ്തു? കേംബ്രിഡ്ജിൽ PhDക്ക് അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്തു. Then he will be accepted on the condition that he got a first from Oxford. Very good. Then Hawking thought he could get through successfully. But as the examination came, what happened? Yes, his confidence failed. Hawking got only a borderline marks between a first and a second. So, the examiners called him for an interview and asked him about his plans. He told the examiners boldly, ചങ്കൂറ്റത്തോടെ എന്താണ് പറഞ്ഞത്? Yes, if I get a first, I shall go to Cambridge. If I receive a second, I will remain at Oxford. So, I expect that you will give me the first. Alle? Correct. He got his first and went to Cambridge. His wit helped him to get what he learned. Well done, my dear students. Observe. Then, what is this summoned stands for? Summoned. Yes. നമ്മൾ ഒഫീഷ്യലി വിളിച്ചു വരുത്തുന്നതിന് പറയുന്നതാണ് summoned, which means to be present or called. So, the next word is come up with. Yeah, it's a difficult word, I know. Come up with. What is it? Come up with, to produce an answer or a sum of money. Actually, this come up with is a phrasal verb. Phrasal verb too. For example, we can say he came with a new idea for the issue. So, my next question is that how was Stephen's first year at Cambridge? Was it worse than at Oxford? If so, why? Shall I repeat my question? How was Stephen's first year at Cambridge? Was it worse than at Oxford? If so, why? Yeah. First one. His first year at Cambridge was worse than that at Oxford. Then, his pure mathematical background troubled him. He found general relativity tough. Isn't it? Then, what happened? During his third year, he had started getting a bit careless. He had fallen once or twice for no apparent reason. Soon, he had trouble tying his shoes and sometimes he had difficulty in talking. Very good. Do you know the meaning of slipshod? Yes, it's there in the glossary, but still, slipshod means showing lack of care attention, or simply we can say careless. Very good. Then what is this catch up with? We became catch up with. കുറച്ച് നാൾ പ്രോബ്ലം ഒന്നും ഇല്ലാതെ പെട്ടെന്ന് ഒരു ഇഷ്യൂ ആകുന്നതിനെ പറയുന്നതാണ് എന്ത്? ക്യാച്ച് അപ്പ് വിത്ത്. ഇറ്റ്സ് എ ഫ്രേസൽ വെർബ്. ഫൈനലി സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ടു കോസ് പ്രോബ്ലംസ് ഫോർ സംബഡി ആഫ്റ്റർ they have managed to avoid this for some time. ഇതാണ് catch up with. Tell me something about general relativity. Do you know the meaning of clumsy? See? Clumsy. Yes, moving or doing things in very awkward way. Isn't it? Very awkward way. That is clumsy. Hope the ideas are clear to you. Now, please take your text and read the next couple of paragraphs. Okay? Ready? Shortly after his 21st birthday in 1963, Hawking contracted a rare disease, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, for which there was no known cure. It caused a gradual disintegration of the nerve cells in the spinal cord and the brain. At first, he went into a deep depression. He did not know what he ought to do or what his future would be like. My dreams at that time were rather confused, he admitted. Before my condition was diagnosed, I had been very bored with life. There did not seem to be anything worth doing. But shortly after I came out of hospital, I dreamt that I was going to be executed. I suddenly realized that there were a lot of worthwhile things to do if I were deprived. Another recurring dream was the idea of sacrificing my life to save others. After all, if I were going to die, I might as well do some good. Hawking's doctors hoped that his condition would stabilize, but the disease aggravated rapidly. They soon informed that he had only about 2 more years to live. 2 years passed, the progression of the disease had slowed. I didn't die. In fact, although there was a cloud hanging over my future, I found to my surprise that I was enjoying life in the present more than before. Total disability and death, though still a not too distant certainty, were postponed. Hawking had his reprieve, a precarious and a temporary one, but life was precious. Hope you all read the paragraphs. Let me ask you, what is the term contract stands for? Contract means asugam veriga, to get an illness. What is that rare disease that Hawking contracted with? Yeah, it's a difficult one, right? See, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. Just say with me. Yeah, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. Very good. Will you please explain what is this amyotrophic lateral sclerosis? Yes, what is it? A gradual disintegration of the nerve cells in the spinal cord and the brain. Isn't it? What happened? A gradual disintegration of the nerve cells in the spinal cord and that of brain. Okay. So, after the identification of the disease, what was the drastic change that came over Hawking? What's that? A drastic change came over Hawking after the diagnosis of the disease. He had many dreams. He said that his dreams were at that time rather confused, isn't it? Then, before his condition was diagnosed, he was bored with life. But after he came out of the hospital, he dreamt that he was going to be executed. He realized then there were a lot of important things to do if he was given a reprieve. Reprieve means released. Then what happened? Hawking was getting more time to live and life was precious. Very good. So now it's time for us to go through some difficult words. The first one, execute. See, execute means, to kill someone, execute someone. Next word is a cloud hanging over. Cloud hanging over means a future event which makes someone worry. Clear? അതെ, നിങ്ങളൊരു കാര്യം ശ്രദ്ധിച്ചോ? 21-ാം വയസ്സിന് ശേഷം അമിയോട്രോഫിക് ലാറ്ററൽ സ്ക്ലിറോസിസ് എന്ന അസുഖം വരിക, ഇനി ഏറിയാൽ 2 വർഷം കൂടെ എന്ന് ഡോക്ടർമാർ വിധി എഴുതുക. എന്നിട്ടും സ്റ്റീഫൻ ഹോക്കിങ്ങിൻ്റെ മനസ്സിൽ എന്തായിരുന്നു? ഒരൊറ്റ ചിന്തയേ ഉള്ളൂ. വാട്ട്സ് ദാറ്റ്? യെസ്, ലൈഫ് ഈസ് പ്രഷ്യസ്. അല്ലേ? യു മേ നോ ദാറ്റ് പണ്ഡിറ്റ് ജവഹർലാൽ നെഹ്റു carried 4 lines of Robert Frost, the American poet, in his life. What's that one? Yes, the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Here, the first sleep stands for this one, and the second sleep stands for the eternal sleep, that is death. So, we have to do a lot of things in our life before death snatches our life. I hope this will be a leading energy to all of us in your life. Okay? Okay. Now, let's recollect what we have learned today's class. First one, interview at Cambridge. Then, Stephen Hawking's first year at Oxford. Then he contracted a rare disease. What's the name of that disease? Yes, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, and the incidents after that, isn't it? Okay. What happened, my dear students? All of you looks disappointed. I know you all have become desperate while hearing the situation of Stephen Hawking. Isn't it? To change your mood, let's play a game. Are you ready? Do you know the name of the game? It's collocation. Say with me. Collocation. So what is this collocation? Collocation simply means some words fit together, others don't. For example, we use the term super fast train for speedy trains and not use the word quick trains. Why? It's because of collocation. See, this is a super fast train. We use this term super fast train for the speedy trains and not use quick trains. Okay. So, collocation is the way in which some words are used together or in combination. Another example is that we use the standard collocation of commit a crime and not use did a crime. Clear? So, it's the time for us to look collocations with time. Let's have a look of collocations with time. See, time. Spend time. Spend time means to pass time doing something. For example, we can say, I like to spend time learning dancing. So the next word is waste time. Waste time means to do something that isn't productive. For example, don't waste your time. Next is have time, to be available to do something. For example, we can say that Rakesh doesn't have enough time to study for his test. Just in time. Just in time means at the right time, at the perfect time. For example, we can say we made it just in time for the flight. Next is take your time. You don't need to hurry. You can use your time as much as you wanted. For example, it's a difficult decision, so take your time. Hope now you get an idea about collocation. Let's make a glimpse in Arun's academic life. Maybe you are wondering, who is this Arun? Look, this is Arun. And just imagine he is your classmate. Arun's teacher is talking about his merit and demerit to his parents. See, here the Arun is here, teacher is here, and the teacher is talking to his parents, Arun's parents, about the merits and demerits of Arun to his parents while giving the end-to-end report, progress card. Imagine what the teacher would say and complete the sentences using suitable collocations that I have given in the box. Okay? Okay. See the first one. Arun has dash in maths this year, doing excellent work compared to last year. In the bracket we can say made a breakthrough or won the respect of. Which one is correct? The correct answer is made a breakthrough. Very good. So let's move on to the next collocation. It is of course a dash on his part. Is it dramatic improvement or remarkable achievement? Which one is right? Yes, it's remarkable achievement. Very good. Then, this year has seen a dash in Arun's English. Inside the bracket we can see dramatic improvement or brilliant success. Dramatic improvement. Well done. His dash is his performance in the school's staging of Othello. Is it crowning achievement or enjoy the fruits of hard work? Very good. It's crowning achievement. He has found some effective ways of working with natural materials this year and his self-portrait is a dash. Enjoy the fruits of hard work or brilliant success. Yes, brilliant success. He is now able to dash, able to enjoy the fruits of hard work or dramatic improvement. Which one? Very good. Enjoy the fruits of hard work. Playing for the school cricket team has certainly brought out the best or remarkable achievement. Yeah, brought out the burst in him and he rightly dash of all his teammates, won the respect of or brilliant success. He rightly won the respect of all his teammates. Hope you all enjoyed the game. Yes? Okay, very good. Now is the time for your assignment. Are you ready? Okay. How did tragedy strike Hawking after his 21st birthday? I repeat, how did tragedy strike Hawking after his 21st birthday? Dear students, all of you should write the answer in your notebook and send it to your teacher. Okay? Alright, I know you are thinking that what will happen in the life of Stephen Hawking after the contraction of the rare disease. Will he able to overcome it or not? Nothing to worry, my dear students. We will find out more about that in our next class. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye.